everyone, it's Mads from Dead and Blether and I'm here with Rich from Stone Broken. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
You started the tour last night in Edinburgh.
Yes.
And we're in Aberdeen tonight, so how did it go last night?
Really well. It's unusual for the first show of a tour to go as you plan, and it did. It was great. It was probably one of the best first nights that we've had, and it's nice to start up here because we haven't. We hadn't played in Edinburgh for 3 years, so it was a good start to the tour. And like I say, it went off without a hitch. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but it was a real good first night.
So this is quite a big tour. So are you visiting places that you've never played before?
Yes, right here. Actually, we've never been to Aberdeen before. It's our first show here, but it's also our first time ever visiting here as well. So. As well, we've never played in Hull, we've never done Southampton, and we've never done Exeter. So it's a good tour. It's nice to be able to go to new places and see what they're like, because we've never done Aberdeen, we've never come this far north. So it's going to be good to see what reception we have here and what the crowds are like. So it's always great going somewhere new, especially when you've been doing it for quite a while. You get the nerves, and they come back a bit more when you're playing somewhere that you're not familiar with. So yeah, it's cool.
So you had a new album out last year called Ain't Always Easy.
Yeah.
So what's the reception been from that so far?
It's been great. We obviously wanted to step it up from All in Time, which was our debut, and I think we managed to do that. We've had a lot of positive feedback, great reviews, and we've been able to do a lot off the back of it. We've toured a lot, we've visited a lot of new places. And all that was kind of down to putting out a record that people enjoyed, and we've got a lot of new fans off the back of it, and a lot of support from media and press. So I think it's been a big step in the right direction for us. So.
And what was the writing process for that album?
The writing process for that album was stress. That's what that was. We set aside like 3 months to write the album, and then we landed a tour with Glenn Hughes, which took up half of that time. So we ended up writing it in 6 weeks, which was stressful because we'd already booked the studio and we had no songs written. So we literally just locked ourselves away and just wrote songs. No, we didn't really have. We had an idea of where we wanted to take it, but we didn't want to restrict ourselves too much because of the short amount of time that we had. And there were only like 2 songs that didn't make the album. The rest of them, we were happy with. So it was quite a quick process, and I think in a way that kind of makes it a more natural album. It comes out organically rather than you forcing a song or whatever. So yeah, it was stressful but well worth it.
So you've also just had a new single out called The Only Thing I Need, which
Yes.
is from the album.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a different feel, so what inspired that song?
Well, I think everyone needs a feel-good summer anthem, even in winter. Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of people were quite surprised because it's quite light-hearted, especially, our main single off the album when we first brought it out was Heartbeat Away, which was like domestic violence and all that sort of stuff. But The Only Thing I Need is literally about, it's a throwback song. It's about hanging out with your friends and having a great time, and that was kind of the idea behind the song. We wanted people to feel good while we was listening to it, and we actually did a brand new mix of the song for radio, which has actually got more acoustic and softer guitars in there. We've got some female backing vocals in there as well, and we just wanted a different vibe. We wanted to see how that worked out, and we're really happy with how it's turned out. So
a lot of people kind of compare your sound to the likes of Blackstone Cherry and Nickelback.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I think when people discover a band for the first time, they always try and put them into a category, and to be fair, we're big fans of Blackstone Cherry. Nickelback are great as well, and we don't really mind. A lot of people when they say, I hope you don't mind, but I think you sound a little like Nickelback, and they say, I mean that in the best way possible. I'm like, you know what, it's fine. Like, we write catchy songs, we write songs with choruses, and I've got a rough voice. I can see where they're coming from. We don't aim to be like any other band, but our influences show through, and you're not going to hide it,
Yeah.
And we're absolutely fine with it. I mean, Kieran's a massive Nickelback fan, so he's happy to be in this band. So no, it's good. If we end up half as successful as those two bands, then I think we've done a good job.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of which, Stonebroken seems to have kind of developed and grown in popularity really quickly. So what do you think's behind that?
Hard work, I think, really. When I mentioned before, when we went on tour with Glenn Hughes, that was kind of the turning point, I think, because we all gave up our jobs to do the tour and then write the next album. And we've kind of rode the wave ever since. And although it's scary, not having a stable job, I think it needed to happen, and it makes you work even harder. I mean, we always dedicated a lot of time to the band anyway, even when we had full-time jobs. But now we get to focus all of our attention. And I mean, it's almost 24/7 that we're doing the band thing, because we like to either be out on the road or writing or other things that we need to do to run the band. So it's constant, and I think that's the main thing that I'd say to bands who want to do it is actually do it. Just work hard at it, and sometimes you're going to get annoyed, but just ride through it, and it'll start to pay off. For us, it's starting to pay off now, because we've been able to do a lot of things that we wanted to. The whole bucket list, a load of that we've been able to do, and we just hope that we can carry on, really.
Well, you've just been nominated for 3 categories of the Planet Rock Awards, so how does that feel?
It's amazing, but although we're probably the most nominated but less decorated band ever, because we've been nominated for 3 years in a row and we never won one. But no, it's good. It's we've had a lot of support from Planet Rock and their listeners especially. And again, we're just thankful for the opportunity to even be nominated is great. We've got some real tough competition in those categories. But just to be shortlisted against those bands is an achievement for us. So yeah, we really appreciate the support from everyone involved with that. So, and it was good news today as well, because we were in the van on the way up to Aberdeen, and kept getting tweets come through from Planet Rock saying we've been nominated for this one and that one. So it's good. It's good. It kind of makes... It kind of lets you know that you are doing a good job when you start getting nominated for awards and stuff, so it's good.
And many bands dream of getting to tour America, which is something you got to do last year with Fozzy.
We did.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
It was amazing. I think when you start a band, especially a rock band, you always dream of going over to the States, and then the reality of it comes along where, I've got to sit in a van for 12 hours in between shows, which can be tough, but it was more than worth it. I mean, we had a great reception at every single show. We had a line across the venue at the end of the night because the merch stand was that busy, and the guys in Fuzzy and the Stir and Adletter's Way, they were all great to be on the road with. So we had a real good time. We had a good team over there who looked after us, being our first time and all. So yeah, it was a great experience, and we want to get over there as soon as we can again to keep it going. I mean, we had a top 50 active rock track while we were over there, which is a good sign. So we want to get over there as soon as we can again. It's just it costs a lot of money, and it's far away. So, but hopefully we can do it again sometime real soon.
So I'm 16 and obviously love rock music in particular.
Yeah.
How old were you when you first got into music?
It's a tough one, really, because I grew up with a lot of music. I was surrounded by music, but I think it was probably when I went into secondary school. I started to play the drums, and that's when I got into music. But I think rock music came a little bit later, probably when I was about 15, 16, and it took over basically. And I ended up studying music in college, and obviously starting bands and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was probably about 15, 16 when I started getting into rock music.
So you don't just sing, you also play the guitar.
Yes.
So which came first?
It was the guitar. It was, I went from drums to guitar because my mum wouldn't let me have a drum kit because they were too loud. So I started playing guitar, and then this band is actually the first band that I've sang in. So before this, I did backup vocals, and that was about it. And when we were putting the band together, we were thinking about getting a vocalist, and then I just thought, I'm just going to sing for a bit, see how it goes, and it works. So I never dreamt that I'd be singing on an album, let alone 2 albums, you know, and listening to it on the radio as well. So it's going pretty good. So I think we can stop looking for a vocalist now. I think I'll stick to it. But yeah, it was guitar first, and then vocals, and it was kind of an afterthought really. So I never really intended to be a singer, but it's worked out all right.
So how much of a challenge is it to be playing guitar and singing as well, and like being a frontman live?
It can be, yeah. You have to. It's like patting your stomach and rubbing your head. It's that sort of thing. The only thing I need to remember is the lyrics. Is the main one. I do forget the lyrics sometimes, and there's nothing you can do about it. You walk up to the microphone, and if you haven't got the lyrics there in your head, there's nothing you can do, you know. And playing the guitar kind of just, it's natural now, so I don't really have to think about that too much. I try and focus as much on the singing as possible, and then entertaining the people as well. You know, you got to move around on stage and have that sort of interaction with everyone, which at first didn't really come naturally to me at all. And it's something that you work on. It's a confidence thing. But yeah, I think it's something that if you work on it, it becomes more of a natural thing. So yeah. I've had a couple of years experience now, so I'm getting there. I'm not quite there yet, but I will get there.
Well, thank you so much for chatting. Enjoy the show tonight, and good luck for the rest of the tour.
Thank you very much.
Make sure you check out Stone Broken and come back to Denim and Bloody for more. Bye.